Hi YouTube, my name is Eric and thanks for watching this video. This is ADHD and being an adult in my life with ADHD. This is my experience. And if you just were diagnosed with ADHD or you've been diagnosed with ADHD and you're not sure what it is, I put this together just to share a day in my life being ADHD because it's a blessing. I enjoy it. I'm personally grateful to be ADHD because it does give me a lot of different energy. But you know, it has a ton of challenges that come along with it too. So if you haven't subscribed and liked and clicked on our channel yet, click the little like and subscribe button right there. Come join me for this journey. Thanks. Hi YouTube, this is Eric, and this is my day being ADHD and a functioning adult. You know, if you're just diagnosed with ADHD, it can be a little bit different. We can think that we're different. We can think that there's something wrong with us and we don't know what's going on. I've been told that we can't focus, whatever it might be. If you're a student, you know, maybe your grades have been suffering or you're having, trouble struggling in school. First and foremost, it's all right. You know, it's definitely okay. Biggest thing though is make sure that you get properly diagnosed and get the right medication. You know, so I'm gonna film today me going through my day being ADHD. Besides being a huge mental health advocate and mental illness and suicide awareness advocate, along with sobriety, I also have another job, and that is I'm a rep for Forest River. I'm in the RV business. I sell RVs to dealers, and I'm gonna start off my day. I'm in Eugene, Oregon today. I got a couple dealers that I gotta visit today, and then I have to fly home. I was here for a few days for a RV show. But first and foremost, getting the day started, get some coffee. Trust me, the caffeine helps. I don't take my ADHD medicine, or my Adderall, I should say. As soon as I wake up, the caffeine definitely helps slow you down. It's one of those weird things with being ADHD, caffeine affects your body differently. So to start my day off, I'm a little bit behind schedule of what I normally am. I'm very routine oriented, and I have to be, otherwise I lose all my focus. So typically at about 8 o'clock, I will take my Adderall. I'm about an hour behind right now, but right there's my Adderall. It's 20 milligrams. What do I do with it? I take it like this, I break it in half. This is all I need for the day. So taking my 10 milligrams of Adderall to get this day started and get showered, get clean, get ready for this day because it's actually a big day for me work-wise. So I have to be productive. If I don't take this, I'm not gonna be productive at all. By the time I'm done with my shower, my Adderall will be kicked in, and I'll be ready to take on the rest of this day. So now that I've taken my shower and I've gotten ready, brushed my teeth, and did all the hygiene stuff that we have to do for the day, the Adderall's already kicked in. So instead of being anxious and having a lot of anxiety and not really getting anything done and trying to just kind of mope around almost, now I have my to-do list together for the day. I'm ready to go out. Like I had mentioned, I mean, I have a lot of work I got to get done today, and if it wasn't for my Adderall, it would be extremely difficult to me. I don't know if I could do it. I know I could do it on some days, but on other days, it'd be totally impossible for me to do it. You know, anybody who tells you that this is all in your head, man, to me, they can go to hell, because it's not. I mean, our brains are wired differently, and it's okay. And it's okay to be not okay, but you know what? The greatest thing is once we find these tools that work, I mean, we can be very productive. I mean, I've been in sales now for 18 years, and I've been able to be a productive human being thanks to Adderall. I've been able to keep my depression sometimes at bay. I've been able to definitely keep my anxiety at bay. Because if I don't take Adderall, I get very anxious because I'm not getting anything accomplished. I'm not getting anything done, and I pretty much feel like a worthless person. I mean, I'm in like sloth mode nonstop. You know, a lot of times people will tell you, hey, it's all in your head. You know, you fed that kid too much candy, or maybe cut back the candy. I mean, they make smart ass comments like that. It's not the truth, man. It's not how it is. I mean, our brains are wired differently. But finding these tools, I mean, whether you're taking Ritalin, whether you're taking Adderall, whatever it is, it helps. And it definitely helps you be productive during the daytime. You know, you may be prescribed by your doctor. And again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I'm none of that. I'm a guy who's been through a lot of shit and can relate when it comes to suicide, sobriety, depression, anxiety, all of that. You know, and again, if you haven't checked out my channel, I mean, see what it's about. But when it comes to it, a lot of times they'll prescribe you like an antidepressant too, because one of the side effects of Adderall is depression. I've never gotten the depression. And antidepressants work very differently from me. I'm going to end up doing actually a video on antidepressants that I've tried and what the effects were, because that sends me to a dark place. In fact, it has the reverse effect with me. So, you know, now that I have this all done, I'm packed up. I mean, I'm flying back into Orange County here tonight, and, you know, I'm on a time restraint a little bit of what I have to get done and where I have to drive to and who I have to see. So let's get this done. The next thing, though, that I got to get done, Adderall does affect your eating. I mean, at least it does for me, and it kills my appetite. So I have to force myself to eat, in a sense, sometimes. And this morning is one of those mornings, because I can fill up on coffee really easily. So I'm going to end up going and having some breakfast right now so that I have the energy to make it through the day, because, you know, loss of appetite, weight loss, it is a side effect of Adderall. So now that breakfast is done, now the day starts, and it's a little chilly here in Eugene, Oregon. But, you know, it all comes down to, again, having my medication, being able to function as a functioning adult is everything. And, you know, don't let anyone tell you any different. Don't think that you're different than anyone else because you're not, just because you have ADHD. Don't let it hold you back. You know, I would not be as high functioning as I am. So don't let anyone tell you any different. You are special and you're unique just how you are. So I'm gonna go off and just keep sharing my day with you, because it's okay. It's okay. And trust me, there's so many high functioning ADHD people out there that there's nothing that will stop you from being successful if you want it. There's nothing that will stop you from achieving everything that you want to achieve. So it's all up to us. And when we have that medication, I tell you what, you focus in and you can do it. Productive day. So, you know, normally like today, for example, if I wasn't on my Adderall, my only mission would be to get back home and jump on my flight. But instead, I can make the most out of work too. Along with, you know, being active in mental health and being active on social media and giving out the support that I typically give out all the time, you know, and it helps me watch my different addictions, because, you know, I will have to say, I am being a recovering addict. Digital addiction is also real, and it's something that I have dealt with, because I can get almost hyper focused, and I don't know if anyone else out there can relate to that, where I could spend hours and hours and hours on social media not being necessarily productive, you know, on my everyday life of what I need to do to pay the bills, but instead giving out support and talking to others. And so it helps keep those in check too, because, like, even for example, right now I'm driving to this dealership here in Junction City. I got my breakfast in me. I've already been able to be productive this morning, got a lot of work done, a lot of emails off. I'm going to end up getting to the airport a little bit earlier to end up getting more emails off and just having the rest of my week set up. So, you know, just taking that and being productive is just huge. And again, just remember, I mean, being ADHD does not have to be a hindrance. And you know, again, it can be a gift, because let's face it, I mean, with ADHD, we do have an energy level sometimes that others can't relate to. So, I mean, it is a gift. You know, we are motivated people. It's just sometimes hard for us to finish something we started, and it's all right. It's okay. So now I have made it to my destination stop of the first stop here of the day, to be able to, again, just be productive and make it happen. So again, all I can keep reiterating, just because you're ADHD doesn't mean that you cannot have production. You cannot be productive. Trust me, you can be. You can be more than you imagined. So it is noon. I've already taken my second half of Adderall and have been extremely productive today. Again, I know that it comes across extremely large that I am pro Adderall, and it's because it's what works for me. It's finding those tools. I mean, it's not going to work for everybody. You're going to find different ones out there that work for you, you know, probably better, maybe not, but it again comes down to that trial and error of finding what works for you. But, you know, today's been an extremely productive day so far. Didn't get everything done that I wanted to, just dealership wise, but again, it's been an extremely productive day. My positivity is through the roof. No anxiety, no depression right now, and I feel like I can take on the world. And unlike when I'm not medicated and I'm not taking any kind of medication at all, you know, I would be just full of anxiety right now. I would be stressed about money. I'd be stressed about You know, getting home to see my wife because I haven't seen her now in a couple days, and just being extremely overwhelmed. And that's what it really does. I mean, it calms, you know, my brain down a lot, letting me know that it's all right. And it allows me to keep accomplishing to the point that I can do it. So find what works for you. Definitely do. I mean, it's noon again. You know, I've taken my second dose of Adderall. Got to remember now to eat lunch because, again, like I had mentioned, it does halt your appetite some. So be doing that, and then I'll be at the airport, be flying home, and this is what makes for a productive, great day, is just being a productive human being and fighting through, you know, any of the depression, anxiety, you know, ADHD that's out there. And we can do this, and we can do it together. And on my way back to the airport, this has been my day. It's been an extremely productive day. And, you know, being ADHD, it doesn't have to handicap you. You know, believe me, if you are struggling, you've had questions if you're ADHD, you know, get with your doctor and tell them if you're struggling, you know, when it comes just down to getting focus and being able to, you know, focus at work or focus on family or whatever it might be, because there's such a huge difference once we get the right medication for it. You know, my days, I'll probably end up doing a video where I don't take my Adderall, and it'll be the boringest day in the world because I will literally like sit and not know what to do and come up with all these great ideas of what I need to do, and eventually get to the point that I'm just stressed out and I start to really get depressed. I mean, when we find these tools that work, we can be productive. We don't have to be victim to our mental illness. So, you know, caffeine definitely helps. I mean, you know, that helps stabilizes it in the morning before I take my Adderall, and then once I get the Adderall in my system, you know, it's gonna last anywhere from 4 to 6 hours depending. For me, it's probably more around the 4 to maybe 5. It does such a difference. And so I'm so pleased and happy with the way that today's been. So my mood, of course, is great. I'm happy, and I'm stoked. I'm excited to come home, and I'm excited to see my wife. Don't be enslaved to your mental illness. Don't be enslaved to your mental health. You know, get the right help, get support. You know, that helps a ton of just knowing that it's all right. And especially if you've just been diagnosed with ADHD and you're an adult, or even as a kid. You know, as a kid, all of a sudden, you know, they feel maybe like a failure. I know I did when I was first diagnosed, because like there was something wrong with me. As an adult, I've ran into adults who've been diagnosed, and, you know, they're going, well, what's wrong with me? Believe me, it's okay. And don't feel that way. Trial and error it out. Believe me, it's if you have a good doctor and you communicate with them strong enough, you'll find the right balance of medication to definitely make a difference and go back to being productive. And when we're productive, we're naturally happy. Enjoying this day. I'm now at the airport. I'm gonna be flying home, and can't wait to see, you know, my wife and my fur babies, and just you can do it. I'm back home now. It was an extremely ultra productive day. The thing that we got to remember just over everything is that it's okay. You know, no matter what we're struggling through, no matter what we're going through, you know, being ADHD is not the easiest thing in the world. We know that we're a little bit different. We know that, you know, people will tell us, oh, we just need to calm down, or we just need to, you know, change our mindset, or we need to meditate. You know what? It's a chemical imbalance in our brain. Our brains function differently, and it's okay. Just find those tools that make life a little bit easier. It's 10 o'clock now in California. I've just gotten home from Oregon. You know, I worked all day. I was productive all day, and I was a productive human being today. Guess what? I can go to bed and I'm happy. You know, I'm not stressed. I didn't let a bunch of stuff pile up, and we can be productive. It's just finding those right tools that make it productive for us. So all the support for you, you know, you can do this. We can do this. It's a together thing. So I hope that you got something out of this. I appreciate you watching this. I appreciate you sharing the day with me. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, click the little like and subscribe button right there. Comment below. I'd love to know your experiences on ADHD. I'm very, very active right now. You know, I'm making sure I bring a lot of awareness to it. I find a lot of joy in bringing awareness to it, because it's something that so many of us can go through, and none of us want to be different, but we are different, and it's okay to be different. So thanks for watching this. Click the like and subscribe if you haven't. Check out the other videos, and let's do this together. We can make a big difference.